Hmm. Okay, so welcome everyone to Monday Yoga, gentle practice. This practice is for all levels of practitioner. The theme this morning is simple, just practicing presence, just practicing being present in your body, with your breath, in this space, on your mat, and with each other. So I invite you to begin by just taking a seat, any kind of seat. You can be on something or on the ground. Your legs can be bent or straight. And when you find this seat, will you just take a moment and look around your space? Just take in with your eyes and your senses the place that holds you right now. The floor and the walls and the furniture and the lighting, and just take in where you are. Just presence yourself to the space that you're in. And you might even see something through some different lenses. It's a familiar space for you, it's home, but have you really looked closely at that plant or that bookshelf? And then when you feel the sense of being present in your space, I invite you to close your eyes and take a look at the internal landscape of where you find yourself, this body. Start to be aware of your sitting bones plugged into mat and below mat floor and below floor earth. Let your body kind of be a little bit slumpy and heavy for a moment. Just kind of give over to gravity of sitting on the ground. And then really slowly, almost in slow, exaggerated motion, put your hands on the floor. And it can be fingertips or palms, and press into the floor as you feel your spine emerge into length. And then just move into that new space, erect spine. Once you feel that tall spine, draw your belly in a little, not too hard, and lift your chest. And pull your shoulders onto your back. Tuck your chin just a little. The back of your neck is long, and now just turn your palms up on your lap. And again, notice sitting here. Notice any sensations that show up in your body, places maybe of pain or discomfort, places where you're making an effort to sit, the muscles that are working. And now notice breath. Beautiful, sweet, precious breath. Notice being present in your body to this experience. I'm going to invite us back here frequently through this practice. Let your hands come together in front of your heart and just rub them softly together. Feel hand touching hand. And then rub a little more vigorously to feel heat. Your heat, your body's energy heating up your hands. And then let those warm hands just softly come in front of your heart to allow you to pause and create an intention for your time here. How would you like to be present in this practice? What do you bring here, and what do you need from this? As you press your hands a little more firmly together, start to lift your hands up and keep them pressed as long as you can until they start to separate, and then let them peel open down to your sides. Let's do that a couple of times. Just squeeze the hands together. Use a little bit of muscle all the way up until they start to peel apart and then lower. Just feel your shoulders, feel your breath. And we'll begin to take this into lateral flexion. So when the arms get high, drop one arm, put some weight in that hand, and stretch up and over the side. And we'll just move back and forth, and you get to choose your pace. I'd like you to continue this movement while I try to get you some music. The inhale brings us back to that tall, tall spine, and the exhale drops us over. Go one more time, friends, to each side, just finding the side of your body. And as the hands meet in the center, interlace your fingers, press your palms up, get even taller through those side bodies. Present to this sensation of stretch. Palms toward the ceiling, hips into the earth. Breathe here. As you lift tall, turn the palms down, twist to your right side, and just let a hand rest on a knee, fingertips behind. If you're feeling stiffness in your low back, be soft here. Less leverage, more softness. Let your head turn all the way toward the back wall. And bring yourself around to the opposite side, right arm across, left arm behind. Be gentle with yourself here as you notice your body in a twist. Start to notice the sounds in your space. My voice, the music, your breath. What is your experience of sound right now? As we come back to center, we'll cross our arms, so one hand on each knee. You can bring your knees up to wherever you need to in order for that to happen. And then just tuck your chin, roll backwards a bit, and see if you can feel something in your upper back. Exaggerate breath there so it feels like a bigger stretch between your shoulder blades. Aware of body, breath, and now sound. Come back to neutral. Take the hand that's on top, scoop it under. And we'll go back again with the opposite arm on top, just a little extra on the other side. Pull back, tuck your chin, and breathe. And then let's bring ourselves back to center. Let the hands come behind you, and we'll take ourselves into a little back bend here. So the chest lifts high, the shoulder blades pull back. Walk your hands even closer if you can and lift. See if you can feel collarbones widening, chest expanding, eyes closed, attention in here, this body, this breath, this moment. Notice when your attention is pulled elsewhere and just bring it back here to what's happening now. And then we'll release that. And shake out your hands a little bit and bring yourself around to a tabletop position. If you need some padding under your knees, grab a blanket or fold your mat. You can be on flat hands or fists. And let's start to work through cat and cow. And so, Ron, take this a little softer, a little smaller if you're feeling pain in your back. Think of this as lubricating the discs between the bones, between the vertebra. Moving your spine gently in two directions. As you come back to neutral, bring your hands forward a little bit more and come onto fingertips, and then widen up your knees so that you can pull back into a version of child's pose that has your arms a little higher. Let your head drop down between your arms and start to feel stretch and space in your chest and shoulders. You could also put your hands up on top of two blocks here. That's going to give you a much deeper stretch in your chest. Your head might not be on the ground, and that's okay for right now. But just shift your hips from side to side. Imagine a hammock swinging between two trees, and just let your hips make that action of just swinging in a hammock. Go to the furthest edges to each side. Slow and easy. And then slow down the rocking. Bring your hands under your forehead and let your head just rest on the back of one of your hands. Pause here to take a huge breath into your belly and then sigh softly as you exhale. Let's come again to tabletop position. Tucking the toes under. Pause here to stretch underneath your toes. Kind of an unusual place to feel that sensation, but tuck all of your toes under. See if you can even get your pinky toe tucked under. Press your hips back over your toes. And people call this screaming toes. And then in super slow motion, bring yourself up off the ground into downward facing dog. And if that doesn't feel good to your body, stay on your knees. Here in downward facing dog, just pedal your heels, bend one knee and then the other. Start to find your way around your hips, hamstrings, and low back. I'm going to shift forward and drop the left knee to the ground and step the right knee up to the top of the mat. That's kind of a nice, easy way to get into lunge. So drop the left, step the right. And then let's create a little bit of movement here, shifting back and forth. Starting to find hamstring. If this hurts your knee, put some padding under that back knee. Start to notice the sense of smell. Is there a fragrance in your room? Maybe you have a candle lit, or maybe you smell coffee. Maybe your puppy dog is nearby. What scent are you aware of in this space today? Be aware of that sense of smell. As we come forward, let's bring both of our hands to the inside of our foot. And a lot of folks like to use blocks here to bring you up a little bit higher. That's a great option. Face you. And we're just going to start to work this knee out and in. still on the back knee, and you're just moving that knee out and in, like you're juicing your hip. Maybe if I turn this way. You guys are looking at me like it doesn't make sense. Is that better? I'm on my back knee and I'm just moving that front knee in and out. Good. Awesome. And then as we come back to center, let's separate the hands again. Use this front knee to press up. And Ron, you might want to stay down low if this creates pain in your back. Good. And just find that hip flexor stretch. Left hip. Beautiful. If you'd like to add a little more, you can reach up one or both of your arms. And just breathe here. Feel the space in your body. The length of your breath. Present here. And allow your hands to come back to the floor. Tucking the back toes, start to straighten the front leg and just come down into a soft version of pyramid. Forehead drops toward the shin. Just let the back of that leg find a little more length. Lifting to a flat back. Come onto your back toes again, low lunge. Drop that knee to the ground, return the right knee back, and press back either to child's pose or down dog, your choice. Child's pose or downward facing dog. It's nice and easy. Listening to your body, breathing. As we shift forward, let's drop the right knee to the mat and we'll scoop the left leg around to the front. Coming into kneeling lunge, patting up your knee if you like. And then moving forward and back. Exploration. Your body, this breath. Present to sound and smell, and maybe taste. Is there a taste in your mouth from your morning beverage or your breakfast? Maybe you just woke up and it's morning breath. Taste is in your mouth. What do you notice about this moment? As we come forward, we'll bring the hands to the inside of the foot, and you can prop up on blocks if you like. And we're just going to start to drop that knee open and back in. Open and back in. So many little muscles deep in the hip, waking up. So much to explore right here, this internal landscape. So if you had breakfast this morning or coffee or tea, did you taste it? Were you aware of the texture of your food as you were eating, or were you doing 3 other things while you had breakfast? Guilty. Go ahead and come back to center. Bring your hand to your front leg and lift. Arms can stay down or lift high. I had a meditation teacher once, that was his theory. If you want to be a good meditator, all you have to do is experience your breakfast. It was a metaphor for life, of course, but taste your food, feel gratitude for it. Just eat when you're eating. As we come back to the earth, fingertips down on the ground or blocks, tuck your back toes and lift into a soft pyramid. So the back foot comes forward, the front knee can stay soft. Drape your head down and breathe. And from this posture, lengthen to a flat back and let your back foot meet your front foot. Come into forward fold here. Knees can be bent, fingers touching elbows. Let's sway side to side. Breathe in and sigh out. Let your hands come back to the mat. So maybe your knees are bent. I want you to feel now, go to the sense of touch. Feel the texture of your mat. Just move your hands on the edge of your mat. Notice what your mat feels like. Move your fingers out to the edges and notice what the edge feels like to your fingers. And then feel the floor in front of and around your mat. What an amazing thing it is that our fingers can tell the difference in surfaces. Now bring your hands to your shins and feel that, the warmth of your body, your leg, your clothing. Lift and lengthen through the crown of your head. And then exhale, fold back down. Lift and lengthen, half lift. Press into the earth with your feet. Feel your hands on your legs and fold. Let's go one more time. Press to lengthen. And lower down. Let your hands come now to the back of your feet and just give the back of your ankles and heels a little massage. You can work it up into the Achilles tendons and calves, up into the backs of the knees and your hamstrings. Just a sense of touch in the way your body responds to touch. This year, we've all been starved of touch. Just notice how your body responds when you give yourself a little massage and some self-love. And we'll bring hands to shins again. Find your flat back, put a bend in your knees, and then just go ahead and sweep your arms high. We've been upside down for a while, so go slow as you find your way to extended mountain. Beautiful. And then we'll just bend over toward the left side. So drop one hand to the left and lift the opposite arm up. Feel breath here in your side body. And then let's switch. Both arms up, drop the right, lean to the left. Good. Do that a couple more times, just lifting and lowering through the side of your body, feeling your breath. Maybe feeling the touch of your fingers on the sides of your legs. Beautiful, you guys, so beautiful. Bring both arms up, turn your toes out, and then as your hands come to your heart, just sink down, and I'm going to give you lots of choices here. So choice number one, knee-friendly option, is to stay high up here in this goddess pose. Power yoga challenge, come halfway down, elbows inside your knees and squeeze. And deep stretch, malasana. Come down into this prayer squat if your knees are giving you permission. So 3 places to stay and find your breath. If you're down in malasana, arms are between the knees and the knees are squeezing in on the arms. I see lots of variations here. Beautiful. And then if you're experiencing some back pain this morning, maybe just give a little extra squeeze in of the arms and see if you can feel a little space in your low back, a little opening. Good. So wherever you are, go ahead and let your fingertips come to the floor, and let's straighten our legs, turn the toes so that they're facing forward and you're in a wide straddle forward fold. You might want to turn to the edge of your mat and give yourself even a wider stance, a little bit more space. And then with your hands on the floor between your knees, just bend and straighten here. So it might feel like you're creating a little shelf for your legs to rest on. And again, this can be small or deep, your choice. Coming back to a flat back, fingertips on the floor. Let's turn the toes wide now. Put a bend back in the knees, and we'll use the legs to bring us back to goddess or upright position. And we'll reach the hands out wide, and let's do soft sunflowers. These are taking the place of our sun salutations today, so just helping us keep heat in the body. Exhale and inhale. Really exaggerate. Let the exhale be a little more forced or sigh-like. We'll go 2 more times. And then on the inhale, just open yourself up. Deep breath here in your body, taking in with your senses this moment. Let your arms just melt down to your sides and reach behind you, interlacing your fingers. Open up your chest. And then just pick up your toes to turn them again toward the edge of your mat so your feet are more squared. And let's hinge from the hips, come down into wide straddle forward fold with a bind. You're welcome to hold a strap here if that makes more sense for you. Breathe into your chest. Lengthen your spine. And then allow your fingertips to come to the floor. Press up to a half lift. We're going to make a twisting shape here. So this is another place you might enjoy a block underneath your face. We'll start with left hand on the block, right arm lifting into the twist. For a variation, you're welcome to bend that left knee and come back down, switching sides. So moving with your breath, we'll do several of these so you can stay or keep moving. Let's just even that out one more time on each side, everybody. Just feeling your body with this movement. Gorgeous. With soft knees, start to find your way back to the front of your mat. And let's meet in either tabletop position or downward facing dog. Tabletop or down dog. And this is a great place to take a vinyasa for those of you that want to do a few yogi push-ups today. You're welcome to. And then shifting forward again, let's drop the left knee to the mat. Snake that right foot back to the top of the mat the way we did earlier. We're going to come back to where we left off last time, pushing up into this lunge. And this time we'll invite a twist, and it's an upright, a vertical twist. So we'll bring the left hand to the right knee, the right hand to the back, and we'll twist this way to the right. So the spine is tall. Take the twist here. Feel your breath lengthening your spine. Feel your muscles hugging in as you breathe out. And returning to the mat. Switching legs. The right knee's down, the left knee is forward. Coming up to lunge and finding that easy twist on the left side. Tall spine and strong core. Good. Returning to center, both hands to the mat. Let's tuck the back toes and step back foot to front foot. Once again, forward fold. We'll press to shins, lift halfway, lengthen. Feel strength in your spine. The knees can be soft. We're going to let our arms fly behind us like airplane. So we're feeling strength in the upper back. And then scoop down, fingers across the floor, lift up, find a little back bend. Gentle back bend if your back feels pain. Bend your knees, sweep the arms back. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Do that 2 more times, friends. As you come into this final back bend, hook your thumbs, lift as tall as you can, let your spine lengthen up and back. Deep, slow breaths here. And draw your hands across your face into heart center. Hinge from the hips, forward fold. Stepping back again into downward facing dog, and we're going to make our way to the floor. But before we do, just a little more heat building. Shift forward into plank pose. You can be on your knees. Shift back into dog. Forward into plank. Hold your core and back. Just let this movement be free, flowy, and gentle, as well as strong. Each time you come back, you notice your heels getting a little closer to the mat, your head dropping farther between your arms. Movement with breath, awareness of this. Let's take this movement to the knees. We'll make it a little bigger. Drop the knees, shift all the way forward. Press back to child's. We'll do that 2 more times and then we'll stay. Taking that heat with us. And then go ahead and settle yourself again into child's pose. You can widen your knees. You can rest your head in any way you like. Connect with your breath. If your mind has wandered, come back to your senses. Feel gravity. Feel your body breathing here. The sound, the fragrance, the taste, the touch. Come here, this place. And gently come up with your hands and we'll sweep our legs around. We're going to find a seat. And we're going to do another gentle flow that also allows us to keep a little bit of heat. So we're just going to do boat to butterfly. And so with your hands on the back of the knees, you don't even need to leave pick your feet up off the floor if you don't want to. You're just going to lift this way and lower this way. So lift into boat, and you can float your feet if you want to make it a little more challenging. Just boat to butterfly. Boat gets the in breath and butterfly gets the out breath. Hear the sound of your breath, Ujjayi breath, that whisper. Do 3 more. Hold the last one just a little bit longer, deepest, longest breath you can find. And then when that breath is ready to go, let it out, pause in butterfly pose, back rounded. If you have back pain right now, it might feel better to stay with a straighter spine and just press on the insides of the legs and keep that back a little more neutral. And bring yourself back to an upright position. I'm going to take a twist here. So with the right knee bent and the left leg out straight, lift your left arm up in the air and just rotate around to find the knee. And again, the hand behind you. Similar to where we started. Body now a little warmer. Breathe fully into your belly, your back, your ribs. And find your way back to center. Let's fold over that left leg. So with the tall spine moving from the hips, start to come forward into this one-legged forward fold. Spine is long. Crown of the head reaches to the top of the foot. Hear your breath. Feel your body. Be here now. Jon Kabat-Zinn comes to mind. If you are not present in this moment to what's happening right now, you have abandoned your own life. Come back to your life, the life that's happening right here under this breath, under this skin, behind these closed eyes. Come back up to your tall spine and slowly, mindfully switch. Left knee bending. Right arm comes up and around. Be here inside of the magic of this posture. This posture for digestion. This posture for spine health. This posture for posture. Core strength. And And then ease your way back to center. Let's come over this right leg. Nice and easy. Crown of head forward, lengthen your spine. My friends, breathe this breath with all of your awareness. Don't miss a single moment of your life being ahead of yourself or behind. Be here for this very breath. Go ahead and come up, releasing that. We're going to make our way down onto our back. So take your time coming down onto your back, and then just let your knees come up, thighs to belly or knees to chest. Knees a little wider than torso, and just move around. Move around. Be a little soft and playful here on your low back. Noticing muscles, bones, connective tissue. And then we're going to plant our feet on the floor and come up into just the very first edge of bridge pose. The very first edge. So the feet are flat on the floor, hands are on the mat. Just notice where you come to without a lot of effort. And pause there. Notice muscles holding you here. Try to have less gripping and just more holding. And then go a step farther. Just lift your hips a little higher. Point your kneecaps out a little farther. If you'd like to bring this a little more into your chest, you can bring your shoulders more underneath your body. Hands might interlace. Lift here. Keep breathing. Back of the body is strong. So many benefits here. If you'd like even more, you could bring your hands underneath your hips, or maybe it's a block that holds you here. And then slowly release to the earth. Open your arms out into a T. Bring your toes to the edges of your mat and just windshield wiper your knees back and forth. Notice that gentle twist on each side. As one knee goes wide, the other knee drops in, and you can kind of exaggerate pressing that knee down to create some space in your low back. Let the knees just flop to the left and turn your head to the right and pause. So knees go left, head goes right. You can stack your knees now or just leave them staggered. What feels like a good twist in your body. Deep, slow breaths. Coming back here to this sensation, this breath. And then slowly switch, come back to center, drop knees over to the right, staggered or stacked. Turn your head left. With your eyes closed, what do you see on the inside of your eyelids? Is there light? Is there color? Any shapes or movements? As we come back to center, we are on our way to Shavasana. So I invite you to take any other stretch or movement or action that your body requires or desires on your way to rest, on your way to Shavasana. And that might mean reaching around your living space and finding something to put under your knees or over your body. Giving yourself a minute to find comfort here lying on your back. That means bent knees or feet up on a sofa. Find comfort here lying on your back. And as we come to rest, again, feel gravity. Feel the parts of your body that are kind of fighting against gravity and see if you can release that effort and let the earth hold you here. Just let the earth hold you. And once you notice that, just feel the parts of your body that are touching the earth. Your awareness, your proprioception telling you the textures beneath you. And then follow this very next breath on its journey in through your nose, down your throat, into your lungs and belly. And follow it as it makes its way out. With each breath and each heartbeat, every single cell in your body being nourished, fed, given new life. Allow yourself these moments to absorb this miraculous delivery of oxygen to all the cells of your body. Noticing breath. Begin to allow breath to create movement, very soft movement in your body. Nothing big, nothing jarring, just soft movement that invites you from here around into a seat. As you make your way to your seat, you might grab a pillow to sit on or something that makes you more comfortable. Let's stay inside for one more minute so you can keep your eyes closed. You bring one hand to your heart and one to your belly, just another way of connecting to body and breath here and now. And I'll leave you with the words of Donna Faulds in Prayers to the Infinite. Here, she says, right here, right now, bring your mind to this very place and time. Invite it, even when it resists, to sit and witness what it is to be alive. Let there be no ulterior motive in this moment, but just to be. Rest on the waves of your precious breath and choose to experience all of it, all of this. Let thoughts float through and leave again as the mind settles like snow in a shaken paperweight. She ends with, "This is all there is here and now." Let's bring our hands together in a gesture of gratitude for this, for here, for now, this moment we share, for yoga and for each other. Thanks for choosing to be present this morning. I hope you have a beautiful day, friends. Namaste.